Two sports cars in the middle of winter? Is this really a good idea? Actually, it is, because the goal of today's test is to see how the roadsters manage when it isn't warm and sunny. In a moment, we'll subject the Audi TT RS and Nissan 370Z to different criteria than in the average head-to-head contest. But first, car testers Michaela and Elif check out their looks. Elif says the front end of the Audi looks a lot more aggressive, that the headlights in particular have a very aggressive shape.
Aggressiv geformt sind. Dafür finde ich den Nissan.
Michaela says the front of the Nissan looks a little sportier, and the headlights have a really unique look, especially the way its shape swings back into 2 points on the hood. What she also likes about the Nissan are the aluminum door handles, which are vertical, not horizontal like on the Audi. Opening the door like this is a nice, extravagant touch, she says.
Wo ich hier an der Seite reingreife und dann die Tür aufmachen kann. Das finde ich auch nochmal ganz nett und extravagant.
Elif says that both cars carry a spoiler in back and both have dual exhaust pipes. But overall, she thinks the Audi is the sportier car, while the Nissan is the more elegant of the two. The two quickly decide that Michaela will test the Nissan and Elif will try the Audi.
Alles klar.
So let's start with the Japanese competitor. The engine feeds its 331 horsepower and 3.7 liters of displacement to the rear wheels when rolling on asphalt. But on ice and snow, it's different matter. Michaela quickly discovers she has to tread pretty softly on the gas pedal to keep the car under control. Aside from that, the Nissan handles well and the suspension is sporty, yet comfortable. There's another small drawback. The 370Z doesn't sound as much like a sports car, but more like a Japan-made family station wagon. Back to the design, though. What's the interior like? Michaela says the Nissan has a futuristic, playful look inside. She's driving the automatic version of the car. The controls are inset on the steering wheel. The navigation system is set into the center of the dashboard. Above it are gauges for various functions. Elif mentions that the Nissan also has an ignition button and a stop button, which means you don't need a key to start the car. Michaela says that's right. She just puts the key in the bag and then she can start the car by pressing this button. Elif says the only thing that would bother her is that the Nissan doesn't have a seat in the back. What about the Audi? The controls are well arranged, says Elif. You don't have to search for any buttons when you're driving. That's practical, she says. She also really likes the sporty seats that feel like they mold to your body. Also, the TT has a rear seat, and there's enough space to take a couple of people along for a ride. Overall, she likes the Audi's interior a lot.
Im Ganzen finde ich ihn eigentlich von innen sehr schön.
You can't expect much in terms of trunk room. After all, these aren't station wagons. The Audi offers 290 liters of volume, and you can fit just 2 small overnight bags in the back of the Nissan. Thanks to the Audi Quattro's 4-wheel drive system, the TTRS is able to master ice and snow with ease. The motive force from the 340 horsepower, 2.5-liter 5-cylinder engine is reliably transferred to the road where it belongs. But the suspension is set quite tight, which makes the TT lots of fun to drive, but not really a comfortable long-distance ride. The motor growls like the true-blood sports car it is. You have to take it in small doses, though. The feeling is addictive. For a truly fair test, you have to have more than one opinion. Time for Michaela and Elif to switch cars.
Ja.
Fuel consumption at 9.2 liters for the Audi and 10.4 liters for the Nissan per 100 kilometers driven is acceptable for cars that harness more than 300 horses. But the four-wheel drive Audi has a slight advantage when it comes to winter driving, as well as when it comes to cargo space and the overall sports car experience. But you can't live by facts alone, and the looks of the Nissan are certainly enticing. So, what do our car testers think?
Ja, nachdem ich jetzt beide gefahren
Michaela
bin,
says
finde
that
ich den
after
Nissan
driving
eigentlich
both of them,
besser.
she actually
Ich
likes the
finde ihn
Nissan
vom
more.
Aussehen ein bisschen
It
schicker,
looks a little
was
more slick and
extravagant,
extravagant, she
innen
says,
auch sehr
and it's very
geräumig
roomy and
und
comfortable. That's
bequem
why
und
she'd take the
deswegen würde ich mich für den
370Z.
Nissan entscheiden.
Elif, on the other hand, was more taken with the Audi, although she thought both cars were really nice. The TT convinced her with its sporty handling and the interior layout. It was well conceived and very snazzy and sporty. Given a choice, for Elif, the TT would come out on top.
Zum Audi TT tendieren, den ich auch sehr schön finde.